Hey everyone, it's John here from RPO Bay Hockey, back with another video, and this video is going to be super hypothetical, very hypothetical. I'm going to be making a lot of videos looking into next season. I'll obviously still be covering stuff that happens for free agency. I haven't been making a lot of videos, so I'm going to be back soon, doing a lot of content. So I hope you guys give me a shot, subscribe, like, comment, do all that good stuff. But this video is talking about what next season could look like, and we're going to start doing a podcast again, or we've been doing a podcast. We actually just recorded the second episode last night. The first episode was released this week, and I'll share the details in the description, as well as I'll be posting some clips on YouTube, so look out for that, as well as there's going to be a little bit of that podcast in this video, about 2 or 3 minutes. Just us talking about what next season could look like, the start of the season, what I think they should do, and I know they talked about maybe a Canadian division. They did reschedule, or I guess move on from the idea of doing the Winter Classic with the Stars and Wild for January 1st, but I think they could do a different style of maybe Heritage Classic or some kind of still Winter Classic in a different sense. I still think they could do something to open it up, and we're going to talk about it, and the Canadian division or a different kind of division, but there was the report today as I make this video that in Canada, and they were specifically talking about Alberta, that maybe they could be doing testing right from the airport. So if they don't want to do a 2-week quarantine, they could get tested right at the airport, and if they get a negative test, then they'll be okay just to accept another test within a week. That could be a situation where we don't need a Canadian division because some teams would have to cross the border. And I'm going to suggest that as I go through this, but maybe if that's the case, then they could still alter the divisions, but have teams maybe like Boston and Buffalo with the Canadian teams. Something like that still has the divisions bigger, but doesn't have too many teams crossing the border, for example. Because if you have maybe, for example, Buffalo and Boston and maybe another team with Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal, that's 5 teams already. So if you were to kind of restructure the divisions, you would have the time zones, because that was the whole problem with a fully Canadian division, is the time zones, right? You're talking about 3 hours apart from Vancouver to Toronto. So just to look at the divisions that I kind of made up, again, there's so many possibilities, but a Canadian division, so Vancouver, Calgary, Edmonton, Winnipeg, Toronto, Montreal, Ottawa, and then you see the American Division 1, kind of like the western area, San Jose, Anaheim, LA, Vegas, Arizona, Colorado, Dallas, Minnesota. Division 2 for the American Division, St. Louis, Chicago, Nashville, Detroit, Columbus, Carolina, Tampa, and Florida. And then Division 3, Pittsburgh, Flyers, Devils, Rangers, Islanders, Bruins, Sabres, Capitals. So 4 divisions. I don't mind it. I think it's interesting, but it is the format of 8, 8, 8, and 7. So the exact same format of divisions, but obviously kind of time zones are a little all over the place there. I would say American Division 1 is probably the best. American Division 2 is not bad either, because it's not like St. Louis's time zones crazy or anything. Same thing with Chicago, Nashville. So those 2 divisions are not too bad. Same thing with American Division 3, but the Canadian division is the time zone problem there. But I don't think this is too bad. But then there's the other alternative where we get really crazy, and we have 4 divisions. It's kind of mixed up. So here's the thing. If you look at the one division of Detroit, Chicago, St. Louis, Columbus, you're dipping in from the East and West. Same thing with the Canada, the division, but Canada West and Canada East, so time zones there. So you would have, to start the season for at least the first half, you'd have Vancouver, Calgary, Edmonton, and Winnipeg playing mostly each other. Then you would have Toronto, Montreal, Ottawa playing mostly each other. So you would have all these 4 teams. Again, this is super hypothetical, and I don't know if I like this, but I have seen fans and other people suggest something like this. It would definitely keep it safe. It would have kind of a bubble with 4 different teams, and they would all be able to be close to each other. Because if you look at the Rangers, Islanders, Devils, and Bruins, they're all really close to each other. So it would be kind of a bubble format, but they'd be able to go back home, and it would keep it a lot more isolated. So these are all locations, and I kind of did it by map and location. These are all teams that are close to each other. So this could be a lot more of a safe route. But if I kind of went over it in the sense of if they could travel, then you could maybe have a division of Toronto, Montreal, Ottawa, Boston, Buffalo, and then maybe another team in there. Like, there's different possibilities, right? I just wanted to make a video, and I'll include my chat, but there's different things that can be discussed in there, that will be discussed, and we still have time. As I make this video, we're getting closer to the end of October. This season probably won't start till at the very earliest January 1st, as I see it right now. So thank you. Hopefully you enjoy the chat. Subscribe, like, and comment, and I appreciate all the support.
The NHL were the first ones to announce. They never shied away. They were never like hesitant on anything. So points there for Gary. But yeah, no, I mean, the fact that it ended up working out, and then like right now we're sitting here with a free agency, and now like maybe we can have the season start and we can actually get a decent 21. It's impressive.
Well, and I'll be modest about it, but I actually said after I think it was like the first couple of rounds, like we already started talking about like when they could actually start the next season. And I had proposed something just to like the viewers and just like, what if because I don't see the rush to coming back, because the conversation was like, okay, let's see if we can bring it back potentially for the start of December, the new season. But I was like, okay, what's the rush here? You're talking about free agency happening like in around middle of October. And you're really going to have that crazy of a turnaround to try to have training camps by like the third week of November. Like that's a crazy turnaround. That's only a month and a half, right? So
especially for the teams that went deep into the playoffs.
Exactly. And I get the perspective of the teams that didn't play, like when we're talking about the Senators, Red Wings, Sharks, go on. But you have to look at the perspective of the whole league. And I said, okay, the NHL, and I'll say sometimes they definitely struggle with marketing. I talked about it. They should have done so much more in the bubble, whether it was, bro, you're talking about Ovechkin and Crosby in the same hotel, and you got no content, content. And these guys were all in the same hotel together. I don't understand. I get it. The players, they have their own personalities. They want to kind of just do their thing, stay inside. The Capitals, there was so much rumors of them just doing pool parties every other night, but that's a whole other story. But the whole thing was get better with the marketing. And I proposed, why don't you kick it off with a bang and start with the Winter Classic? Start January 1st. Again, with the bubble thing, I get it, but they have talked about doing in different sections. So like, say for example, if the Canadian teams started the season playing with each other, why not do like a Flames Oilers outdoor game?
Yeah, and you could do like a heritage game.
Yeah. Do like a little round robin, get some games. Because
that would be the marketing that gets fans excited. They should do something like that.
I know. It's like, and even like thinking back, like that seems like something that would be impossible. Like when you think about last year and how uniform like all the big sports leagues are. But at this rate, it's like you don't even know what's legit and what's not. So sending the Canadian teams to play like Lake Louise, a round robin, get their games done with each other, like that doesn't even seem like it's out of the realm of possibility.
If you're a hockey fan, give the channel a shot if you want, and I'll see you soon. Peace.